Okay, Zarish is saying it's 3 minus 47. So you have to differentiate dy by dx 6x minus 18. You need to put dy by dx 0, 6x minus 18 is equal to 0. So you'll get x is equal to 3. And if you plug x is equal to 3 here, you are saying y is minus 47. So the coordinates of the stationary point are 3 minus 47. G, any problem? Okay, now okay, for quadratic there is a one stationary point, but for other equations you may have more than one stationary point. Like a cubic can have two stationary points, like you can see here. That's a cubic. It may have these two stationary points, this one and this one. Okay, now I'm going to give a cubic equation, and the question is find the x coordinate only of stationary point, only the x coordinate. You don't have to find y. I know you can find it quite simply. You need to plug that, but you have to find only x coordinate of stationary points here in this equation, which is y is equal to x cube minus 5x square minus 4x plus 3. That's a cubic equation. Find the x coordinates of the stationary points. I have given a random equation, so I hope you get the solution. So you may not get a exact number. Maybe you can get a decimal if it is not factorizable, but try. Yes, Anya, if you have done, then write your answer in chat box. Or you can simply tell that whether Zarish got the same answer or yours is different. Zarish is saying she got 3.7 and minus 0.4. Yes, any other? So if you differentiate this, you will get dy by dx is equal to 3x squared minus 10x minus 4. Eva is getting 3.69 and minus 0.36. Yes, if your answers are non-exact, you should write your answer correct to 3 significant figures. And minus 0.36 is also in 2 significant figures. So for stationary points, you need to put 0. So 3x squared minus 10x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now you got a quadratic equation. You need to solve this quadratic equation. If you think the factorization is possible, let's see. If you multiply first and last term, you get minus 12. So you need to think of two numbers whose product is 12 and difference is 10. So there is no such number. So you need to use that quadratic formula then. X is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac over 2a. So when you use a, b, c here in this value, your answers are x is equal to 3.69 and the other answer is x is equal to minus 0.361. So these two are the x coordinates of the stationary point. Simply, Amina raised her hand. Okay. Yes, Amina.
Sir, for this question, would it be better to leave it in like the fraction form, or does the examiner prefer decimal points?
No, if you are getting a fraction form, exact fraction form, and like if you are getting 5 by 7, 3 by 7, so you can write that one as well.
Okay.
But if it is not mentioned in any question that what form you have to write, then you can write both of them,
Okay.
like fraction and decimal as well. But if you are writing a decimal form, then you should keep in your mind that if your answer is not exact, then you should write correct to three significant figures if you are writing in decimal form. Like if here, if you are getting suppose 3 plus minus under root 2 over 5, if this is the fraction form you are getting, like there is something coming under the root as well, so then in that case, you should prefer the decimal form. But if you are getting like 2 by 3, 5 by 7, 2 by 9, these are the simple common proper fractions. So you can write those as well. But if you're getting 3 plus under root 2 by 8, so that's a bit complex. So it's better to write them in decimal form. Okay, now I hope you know the method how to find the coordinates of stationary points. Now the next thing is, next subtopic is the nature of stationary point. Okay, what does nature of stationary point mean? You will see that when the question says discuss the nature of stationary point or the find the nature of the stationary point. So basically he is asking you to tell whether that stationary point is minimum or maximum. So nature means you need to tell whether the given stationary point is minimum or maximum. Now, how to check that the given or the stationary point you actually found is whether minimum or maximum? If it is a quadratic, then it's quite easy. Like, see, here in this quadratic, you know, okay, when the coefficient of x square is positive, if the coefficient of x square is positive, your curve will be like that. It's opening upward. And if it's opening upward, so definitely this will have a minimum point. So this point is basically minimum. You know, because you know the about the curve, the quadratic curve, x square coefficient is positive, it's opening upward, so you can tell whether it's minimum or maximum. But this is the case when you know about the curve, when you know about the sketching of curve, like you know about something about quadratic and you know a bit about cubic as well. But what if you have a curve different than that, like reciprocal, exponential, and any other equation, any other curve whose sketch you don't know? So how will you find whether the stationary point is minimum or maximum? So how will you find the nature? To find the nature, there is a test. To check the nature of stationary point, there is a test, and that test is called second derivative test. Before moving toward the second derivative test, we should know what is second derivative. It's quite simple. Once you have differentiated our curve y, you will get dy by dx. So that's the first derivative. And if you differentiate first derivative again, you will get second derivative. And the differentiation second time, the method is same as you know for the first one. Like if I take the example of here y is equal to x cube minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 7. If you differentiate this curve, you will get dy by dx is 3x square minus 6x plus 5. So this dy by dx is your first derivative. And if you differentiate this again, you will get a second derivative. And how to write second derivative? The first derivative is dy by dx. Second derivative is written like this: d square y by dx square. Why? Basically, once you have dy by dx, if you differentiate, if you apply d by dx on dy by dx, it will become d square y by dx square. So that's the notation used for second derivative, d square y by dx square. Now, but the differentiation is same. Now just you have the first derivative, 3x square minus 6x plus 5. Differentiate this again. You will get 6x minus 6. So you can find second derivative. I think, I hope there is no issue in finding the second derivative. The method, the rules are same to find the second derivative as the rules are for the first derivative. So you can find the second derivative. Now, what is the test? The test is, if you want to check the nature of stationary point, put the x coordinate of the stationary point in second derivative here in x. Put the x coordinate of the stationary point here in x in second derivative. If your answer is positive, that stationary point will be minimum. If the answer is negative, that stationary point is maximum. Here I'm writing that d square y by dx square. If the answer of d square y by dx square is greater than 0 mean positive, then that stationary point will be minimum. If the answer of d square y by dx square is less than 0, mean negative, then that stationary point will be maximum. So first derivative gives you the gradient of tangent, and second derivative tells you the nature of stationary point. Now let's do this with an example so that we can have a better idea. Okay, I'm writing a question here that suppose your y is 2x cube minus 3x square plus 5. This is a question and it has two parts. First part is we have to find the coordinates of stationary point. Its second part is discuss or find the nature of each stationary point. Okay, let's begin. Okay, start the first part. You can find that. You can find the coordinates of stationary point. To find the coordinates of stationary point, you need dy by dx. So your dy by dx is 6x square minus 6x. We know, okay, to find the coordinates of stationary point, for stationary point gradient is 0. So put dy by dx 0. So put dy by dx 0, you will get 6x square minus 6x is equal to 0. Solve this quadratic equation. Simply there is a common, you can factorize this. 6x is common, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So either 6x is equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0. From here you'll get x is equal to 0, and here you'll get x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1 are the x coordinates of the stationary point. You need to find the y coordinate as well. So put x is equal to 0 in original equation. You will get y is equal to 5. And if you put x is equal to 1 in original equation, 2 minus 3 is minus 1 plus 5 is 4. Y is 4. So the part 1, to find the coordinates of stationary point. So the coordinates of stationary point are 0, 5 and 1, 4. Okay, now the second part, you have to find the nature of each stationary point. And for nature, we know that there is second derivative test. Now let's apply that second derivative test. But before that, we need to find second derivative. This is dy by dx. Differentiate this again, you will get d square y by dx square. Okay, if you differentiate it again, you will get 12x minus 6. So this is second derivative. D square y by dx square is equal to 12x minus 6. That's the second derivative. Now we want to check the nature of each stationary point. Okay, first I'm going to check the nature of x is equal to 0, mean for x is equal to 0. So put this x is equal to 0 in second derivative, d square. If you put x is equal to 0, d square y by dx square is equal to 12 into 0 minus 6. So put the x coordinate in second derivative. What are you getting? You are getting minus 6. Minus 6 mean it's negative. So negative mean this point 0.605 is, so if you are getting negative, so it means 0.5 is a maximum point. So that was the second derivative test. If your d square y by dx square is negative, that will be a maximum point. If it is positive, that will be a minimum point. Now check the nature for second point. Now use x is equal to 1. There were two stationary points, x coordinates 0 and 1. So now I'm checking for 1. So d square y by dx square is equal to 12x minus 6. So if we put 1 now, 12 into 1 is 12, 12 minus 6 is 6. This time we are getting positive 6. Value is positive. So value positive mean 1, 5 is minimum. So here is the nature. So nature 0 is the maximum point and 1, 5 is the minimum point. I hope this is clear. Just to give an idea, I want to sketch this curve for you. You know, okay, cubic curves are either this or this one. If the coefficient of x cube is positive, then that will be the graph is rising. If the coefficient of x cube is negative, it must be falling like this. Okay, we know the coordinates 1, 5 is maximum and 0, 4 is minimum. So if I sketch this one, 0, 5, 0, 5 is this one. This is a 0.5. This is 0. 1, sorry, something wrong. I got 0, 5 and 1, 4. I have written wrong here. 0, 5 and 1, 4. So at 1, it is 4. Mean this is the point. So the curve will be like that. See, this 0, 5 is the maximum and 1, 4 is relatively minimum. Sketch is not required, but you should know this. Okay, so I hope now you got all these things. Today what we did, we know to find the coordinates of stationary point, we need to put dy by dx 0. For increasing function, dy by dx is greater than 0. For decreasing function, dy by dx is less than 0. And to check the nature of stationary points, you need to find second derivative. Second derivative test says if d square y by dx square, if you put the value of x here, if it is positive, it will be minimum. If it is negative, it will be maximum. Now open the Google Classroom. I have uploaded a worksheet for differentiation over there. Download that worksheet. And now we are going to start its first question.
Sir, I'm not in the Google Classroom, so can someone share?
Okay. Okay, I am sending you the Google Classroom code. And that code was just a minute. It is 5M 7P 4QQ. So join the Google Classroom with this code.
Are all the letters lowercase?
Small, yes, lowercase. 5M 7P 4QQ. Today I have uploaded that worksheet with the name differentiation worksheet. Gee, did you get that? Okay. Okay, download that worksheet. Okay, let's begin. It's question number 1. Please read the statement of question 1 yourself and try to attempt this. Question 1. जी, किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है वर्कशीट डाउनलोड करने में? क्या सबको मिल गई है वर्कशीट? ओके. Now in question 1, it says the equation of the curve is y is equal to 2 minus 18 over 2x plus 3. And it says there is a line AC. The normal to the curve at A crosses the y-axis at C. It means this line AC is normal. And part 1 is that show that the equation of the line AC is this. Basically, you have to find the equation of normal. You have to find the equation of normal. At what point? At A, and A is at x-axis. At x-axis. And what do we know about x-axis? At x-axis, we know y is 0. But we don't know x-axis. We don't know the x-coordinate. We need x-coordinate as well. So what do we have to do to find x-coordinate? In original curve, put y 0. In original curve, put y 0. You'll get 2 minus 18 over 2x plus 3. So you'll get 18 over 2x plus 3 is equal to 2. Cross multiply. 4x is equal to 12, so x is equal to 3. So it means where it crosses x-axis, its x is 3. So we already know that y is 0. Okay, to find the equation of normal, we need to find the gradient of normal. To find the gradient of normal, we need the gradient of tangent first. And how to find the gradient of tangent? By differentiation. So let's differentiate the original curve. Your curve is y is equal to 2 minus, I need to shift 2x plus 3 in the numerator. It will become 2x plus 3 whole power minus 1. Now differentiate this, you will get dy by dx is equal to, what's the differentiation of 2? Differentiation of 2 is a constant, is 0. And here you have to apply that rule, whole power rule. There is minus 18 already outside, which will be written as it is. Whole power minus 1 will become coefficient. So it will become plus 18, 2x plus 3, and subtract 1 from the power. Minus 1 is minus 2. Into the derivative of base, derivative of the inner, which is 2. So we got dy by dx is equal to 18 times 2 is 36 over 2x plus 3 whole square. I hope you got this dy by dx. Now this dy by dx represents gradient, gradient of tangent. Now you want to find gradient at x is equal to 3. So put x is equal to 3, that will give you the gradient of tangent. So x3 mean 2 into 3 plus 3 whole square, which will be 36 by 81. If we reduce this, that will become 4 by 9. So 4 by 9 is the gradient of tangent. I hope my calculation is right. 2 times 3 6, 6 plus 3 9, 9 square 81. Yes, it's 36 by 81 is 4 by 9. Okay, if this is a gradient of tangent, then what's the gradient of normal? Negative reciprocal, so it will be minus 9 by 4. So that's the gradient of normal, and normal passes through this point 3 0. So use this point and the gradient, you can find the equation of normal. Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus 0 minus 9 by 4 x minus 3. multiply 4 on that side and minus 9 here. So 4 into y, 4y is equal to minus 9x plus 27. 9x plus 4y is equal to 27. So we got the equation of normal. 9x plus 4y is equal to 27. And your normal was AC. So it means the equation of normal is equation of your line AC is 9x plus 4y is equal to 27. We have to prove that, and we did that. So proved. That was your part one. If you see any question in this part, no. Okay, now see the second part. We are not going to attempt this. You can do it yourself. See, only the second part is we'll discuss this. Find the length of BC. How will you find the length of BC? If you want to find the length of BC, then you should know the coordinates of B and C. Once you have the coordinates, then you can simply use your O-level formula, distance formula, under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. You can find the distance between B and C. But we should know the coordinates of B and C. Both B and C are on y-axis. So on y-axis, we know x coordinate is 0. You know their x coordinate, but not the y coordinate. For C, C is, you have the equation of the line AC. So in the equation of the line AC, simply put x0, you will get y coordinate for C. And to find the y coordinate of B, the curve is passing through the point B. In that curve, put x0, you will get the y coordinate for B. Then you can find the distance between B and C. I hope you can do that. Now just look at question number 2. We are not going to attempt them. I'll just give you the hint for these questions, which are a bit different. So for question 2, everything is same. Just look at third part. Question 2, third part is, find a set of values of x for which 1 by 6, 2x minus 3 whole cube minus 4x is an increasing function. So what's the hint here? We know that for increasing function, gradient is positive. So the hint is that dy by dx is greater than 0. So you have to find dy by dx. You have to keep that expression greater than 0. And you will get a quadratic inequality, and you know very well how to solve quadratic inequality. Okay, then see question number. You have to attempt question number 4. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve at P. You have to find the angle that this tangent makes with the x-axis. Okay, note down the questions I have written on the screen. Question 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 11. You need to attempt these questions. Please note down these questions. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 11. Remember, this is not an easy topic. If you see the concepts, तो concepts जो मैंने आपको बताए हैं, these were quite easy और आप सबको समझ आ गए. But you will find the questions harder than the concepts. आपको हर क्वेश्चन में कॉन्सेप्ट तो वही यूज होंगे, बट क्वेश्चंस का लेवल डिफिकल्ट होगा. तो आपने इन क्वेश्चंस को अटेम्प्ट करने हैं. डेफिनेटली प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे, हो सकता है सब क्वेश्चन में प्रॉब्लम आए, बट आपने अटेम्प्ट जरूर करना है हर क्वेश्चन को. जो भी प्रॉब्लम होंगे वो कल हम डिस्कस करेंगे. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 आप अभी कर रहे थे, उसका एक पार्ट रहता है वो करना है. देन यू हैव टू डू 2, 4, 5, 6 and 11. Just remember all the concepts which we did. If it says for increasing function, so it means the gradient is positive. For decreasing function, mean dy by dx is greater than 0. And if it says find the coordinates of stationary points, so it means dy by dx is 0. If he's asking for the nature of the stationary point, so it means you have to use the second derivative test. And the second derivative test is you have to find d square y by dx square. If it is positive, it will be minimum. If its answer is negative, that will be maximum. G, if you have any question, you can ask. जी, क्वेश्चंस मुश्किल ज़रूर होंगे, लेकिन मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप सब अटेम्प्ट ज़रूर करें, ताकि मैं ये चाहता तो मैं भी सारे खुद ही क्लास में करवा सकता था, लेकिन नहीं। जो लर्निंग आपके खुद क्वेश्चन करने के बाद आपको जो प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे, फेस करेंगे, उनके बाद जो आप मुझसे फिर समझेंगे, दैट विल बी अ बेटर लर्निंग। तो बेहतर है आप खुद अटेम्प्ट करें, जो भी प्रॉब्लम होंगे वो हम डिस्कस करें। यस, दीज क्वेश्चंस आर ड्यू टुमारो, और डेफिनेटली आप उस क्लास से पहले आपने किए होंगे, तभी हम प्रॉब्लम्स कल डिस्कस करेंगे। So we'll discuss the queries of these questions tomorrow first, and then we'll move forward. So these are due today, by tomorrow. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.